In this article, we will analyze disinformation as a context-bound phenomenon. To understand disinformation, even if disinformation has become a popular concept, there is a gap in the connection between actors, intentions, and techniques. This new environment defines disinformation as a context-bound deliberate act for which actors deceive recipients by decontextualizing, manipulating, or fabricating information with the outcome of misleading recipients to make a profit. So our objective here is to explore the concept of disinformation, its impact, techniques, actors used in its creation and dissemination. The main topic we will focus will be on how, what, actors, intentions, and techniques. There are some existing definitions. In effect, the high-level expert group of fake news and online disinformation of the European Commission brought in 2018 a definition about disinformation that includes all forms of false, inaccurate, or misleading information designed, presented, and promoted to intentionally cause public harm or for profit. The definition emphasizes the deceptive and goal-directed nature of disinformation, but we have also other academic interpretation of disinformation which includes, for example, the concept of deceit and the aim to inflict harm, or emphasize the central role of the intention to cause harm to individuals, groups, organizations, or countries. And also we must take into consideration the socio-political environments and regional context, because this information may thrive in contexts where distrust, populism, and corruption are more central. Before talking about actors, intentions, and techniques, we must consider the theoretical foundation. We can focus on two main theories. The first one is the truth default theory, that explains how people are predisposed to believe information is true unless there are reasons to doubt. This theory is a reception theory that may help to explain how targeted disinformation is processed by recipients and how malign actors may exploit a truth bias in an overloaded information setting by manipulating public opinion. In effect, disinformation agents may use techniques of deception and dissemination that make inauthentic content seem real. This process that we can observe on the graph avoid the activation of suspected deception among recipients who do not have the resources to scrutinize all argument. In effect, actors of disinformation engage in deception techniques to maximize or to create an interpretation of reality that is congruent with their perspective in a given deception context. In addition to that, the manipulation of information central to disinformation corresponds to the covert presentation of false information described in the better way in the information manipulation theory that focuses on how information is manipulated by altering the truthfulness, relevance, quantity, and clarity of information. According to this theory, there are four main ways of deception, which include the selective sharing of relevant information, presenting irrelevant information, sharing false information, or presenting information in an ambiguous and vague manner. The guiding principle behind all strategies is that manipulations remain covert and that deception will succeed if the manipulation remain undetected by recipients. We must also focus on networked logic of disinformation before talking about actors' intentions and technique. The definition of networked logic refers to the complex and interconnected manner in which disinformation is spread across multiple platforms and actors. In effect, this approach utilizes a hybrid media system combining traditional and digital media to maximize reach and impact. Some example about networked logic could be the disinformation campaign during a political election, where fabricated stories are initially published on obscure website, then promoted through social media by bots, and eventually picked up by legitimate news outlets without knowing their origin. In effect, the key features of networked logic is to exploit multiple platforms simultaneously. So, for example, social media, online news, sites, blog, and mainstream media. The strategy is to utilize automated bots and human trolls to amplify messages and to have more click on the article, for example. But the impact is really huge because it makes this information more pervasive and difficult to recognize. In addition to that, increases the challenge of combating disinformation due to its widespread acceptance and seeming legitimacy. Now it's the time to talk about actors and intentions. In effect, disinformation campaign involve a variety of actors, including state-sponsored entities, political activists, private influencers, and media organizations, each playing a role in crafting and circulating misleading content to manipulate public perception. The main intentions of disinformation could be political, financial, and ideological. The primary intention behind disinformation are to deceive and influence public opinion, often and usually for political gain, to sow discord, or for financial profit by exploiting sensational or controversial content to attract viewership and clicks. These actors often coordinate across various platforms to maximize the impact of their campaigns. We talked about networked logic. This is to enhance the spread and credibility of their fabricated narratives. Some important technique of disinformation are divided by creation techniques and dissemination techniques. In the creation techniques, we can see that we are talking about decontextualization, so removing information from its original context to give a different impression. Fabrication, so create a completely new and false narratives or data. And the last one is manipulation, so altering genuine information or images to mislead. Dissemination techniques are, for example, that one on social media, utilizing bots and trolls to amplify reach. The use of fake news, establishing or co-opting media outlets to spread false narratives, and the multimodal deception, so using visual and videos to enhance the credibility of false narratives. The impact of disinformation is real important, and we can identify two main impacts: societal impact or political impact. In effect, disinformation undermines public trust in media and governmental institutions, leading to increased societal polarization and disruption of democratic processes. In effect, by manipulating facts or fabricating stories, disinformation can significantly alter public opinion and influence political decision, affecting everything from electoral outcomes to policy debates. Disinformation campaigns often exploit existing societal and political cleavages, amplifying conflict and deepening division within communities, thereby hindering societal cohesion and collaborative problem solving. So, to detect and combat disinformation, is useful to have future research that could improve the detection of goal-directed disinformation by revealing covert intention behind information, exploring advanced machine learning techniques to identify disinformation based on its creation, dissemination, and reception patterns, but also raising awareness about the techniques and impacts of disinformation and promoting media literacy. Those aspects are really crucial for empowering individuals to recognize and skeptically evaluate the credibility of information they encounter. But also another important aspect is for that concern policy and regulation. So implementing regulations on digital platforms to control the spread of disinformation and holding content creators accountable can help mitigate the dissemination of misleading information. In addition to that, also enhancing transparency in online advertising and content promotion. So the last message I will leave to you is to pay attention to the information we found on the web and on traditional media. Thank you for your attention.